name na Basharon Askiaoki. We be managing director and chief executive officer for Desopadec. I come talk to our people. Say, as the time done they reach, when they will start election and the things when they will take down, I come the appeal say, all the things when I tell us make we do, make life for better for now. What we don't do for the various communities, I want to say make na wash over them well. Make they not destroy anything. Particularly for this time when the election they come so. Because why? This election when they come self, they take gun, they take cutlass, take down. Now PVC now you go get. Collect your PVC. Anything when they your mind, first collect your PVC. When the day reach, now thumbprint they take the thumbprint. You go carry and put for ballot paper. Fight not the day. But if anything they, even if argument go there, men are not argue reach where now go destroy the things when government don't do for now. I beg you now. So that when government bring other things, you go meet the one when done the ground before. I beg you now. Now the time to show say we appreciate what the government they do. And that one go good for us.
Hello, it's the Yuletide season and I am very excited because it's Christmas. Welcome to the Desopadec Weekly. Yes, we bring you first-hand information on all activities of the Delta State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission. In today's episode, we shall take a look at the legacy projects of the Desopadec within the past few years. Joy Ochei is my name. Thank you for joining us. Delta State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission, the Desopadec, an interventionist agency designed to provide social infrastructure and human capital development, has made appreciable impacts in communities across Delta State under the administration of Governor Ifeanyi Okowa. The Desopadec board, led by the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer Basharon Askiaoki, has initiated a good number of legacy projects that would outlive the Okowa governments. Recently, coalition of civil society groups in Nigeria under the aegis of National Civil Society Coalition embarked on tour of the legacy projects. The tour provided leaders of the coalition drawn from different parts of the country an ample opportunity to verify and evaluate the impacts of the Desopadec projects in the lives of the people living in the host oil-bearing communities of Delta State. Ishekiri riverine communities were the first oil-producing areas the leaders of the civil society groups visited, accompanied by the staff of the Commission and crew members of the Desopadec Weekly TV. It took about 2 hours by boat ride to arrive at a concrete jetty constructed by the Desopadec in Ubegi community, Warri North local government area, a boundary community between Delta and Edo states and the Benin River access. The Desopadec built the landing jetty for the community to provide easy access for farmers and business owners into the community. It also constructed an elevated concrete walkway round the entire community. Prior to the intervention of the Desopadec, the community could only be accessed through a dilapidated wooden bridge, a self-help effort of the community. While returning from Ubegi community, the team had a stop at the completed project sites of the first ever floating markets in the history of Delta State, Ugeye Floating Markets. Leaders of the coalition of civil society groups went round these historic projects. The team also visited Ogogoro community in the Benin River access, a community solely reclaimed and built by the Desopadec to tend to the house and needs of the people living in the riverine areas. The Commission also gave the community concrete landing jetty, walkway, cottage hospital, doctors and nursing quarters, water facility with treatment plants, rural electrification projects, town hall, primary and secondary schools with boarding facilities, a bridge to link both Ogogoro and Otolinda together, and expansive concrete road linking Ogogoro and Otolinda to Ogeye Demigon community. At the Rubber Mandate area, leaders of the coalition toured some Desopadec projects. The Corpus Lodge and the Civic Center, constructed by Desopadec at Osubi community in Okwe local government area of Delta States, were some of the projects visited. At Jesse in Ifiop West local government area, 5 major completed and 1 ongoing road projects were seen. The tour at Jesse started from Ujomi Road, then to Okwedejo Police Station Road and Waterboard Road. The road projects were completed and commissioned in 2020. Other road projects visited in Jesse are the Atiwo Road, Efemini Road, and the Old Ovie Road, still undergoing asphalting at the time of the tour. The Desopadec Weekly TV crew also joined the team to Okuvu community in Sapele local government area, where the Desopadec has completed the construction of 4 classrooms with teachers' offices and awards projects.
The landmark project, the 3 blocks, classroom blocks, and of course the water projects on my left-hand side. We are grateful to them. For instance, the governor of Delta State, because without the legs, the head can hardly move. And so we see him as the leg that has given, life to the Desopadec.
And it's an agency, an intervention agency that is saddled with responsibility of providing good life for people. And I'd like to commend the Desopadec for not just being an agency that is not on ground. We have seen roads, and as for road projects, I've seen interconnectivity between urban cities and rural communities, and that clearly has increased and supported socio-economic development. We have seen a school project now in the community. This is my first time, even as a Texan, I've not been to some of these communities. That shows that there is a new chapter. I would say that Desopadec have done well, and they will continue to. I urge them to do more.
Before proceeding to Isoko Mandate area, the civil society groups visited the Senator Okowa Tower, a magnificent edifice housing the head office of Desopadec in Warri. At the Isoko Mandate area, the civil society organization visited the lecturers' housing estates and the engineering students' hostel at the Delta State University Ole campus. They also toured the Uziri Modern Markets, Uziri Model Secondary School, and the Bashirun Askia Civic Center. The visitors were at the headquarters of Isoko North Local Government Area, or Zoro, to see the ultra-modern Opute Hall built by the Desopadec. Visiting the Ijaw area, the coalition of civil society groups went to Ogulara Model School, Comprehensive Health Care Center, Okebu Zion, Kurutiei Concrete Landing Jetty, and lecturers' quarters at the Nigerian Maritime University, Okorenkuku. At the Ogulara Model School, the Desopadec constructed a standard secondary school complex with boarding facilities to cater for the educational needs of students in the riverine communities. The chemistry, biology, and the physics laboratory are well equipped with functional and modern facilities.
This particular model secondary school at Ogulara, we have gone round, and I must say that it is quite impressive. The Desopadec has done a lot of work here. First and foremost, it's a boarding school. The boarding facilities are very good. Not only that, the science labs are well equipped. We have wonderful furniture. We have good complexes for the offices, the administrative blocks. And I have not seen this kind of development in Delta, especially in the riverine areas before now. And I think that the government in steering and channeling the idea of establishing this kind of institutions has really done well.
The Desopadec also constructed a sizable assembly ground for the students, concrete walkway throughout the school complex, dining hall and kitchen equipped with cooking and refrigerating facilities.
What I saw is so overwhelming that I did not really expect to see things like this. Even though this place is one of the riverine area or communities, but I wonder how the government thought of the people. This is really a very critical project that will really touch the lives of many downtrodden citizens in the community, and the way how it is built, then it is really actually something that would provide an opportunity for education for the less privileged children.
The Desopadec also created an enabling environment for teaching and non-teaching staff of the Ogulara Model School, providing state-of-the-art facilities that will stand the test of time.
See this massive development. See this infrastructure. It has, it's a combination of a good will and a good man to make this happen. Otherwise, people would have said, why should I come to this area and do this kind of projects? And I believe it touches almost all the communities.
My people of Orobo ethnic nationality, I bring greetings to you. It is a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance. I am here to tell you the year has been rough because of the flooding. A lot of people were affected by the flooding. It's a natural thing, it's a natural disaster. But thank God, God was able to save us and we passed through it. It is my hope that next year will be a better year for us.
From Ogulara, the civil society groups headed to Okebu Zion community to evaluate the Comprehensive Health Center, doctors and nurses' quarters, rural electrification projects, and water projects constructed by Desopadec.
The government through Desopadec have really tried in affecting the life of the rural people here. We've seen water treatment plants, we've seen a comprehensive health center, we've seen also generator house, we've seen electrification project and water project also in this very community. So these are projects that need to be talked about. These are projects that need to be blown so that people can be able to know that this is what he has done in Delta State. He has affected the lives of the rural people.
The chain of projects in Okibu Zion will ensure improved healthcare across Delta states and Bayelsa communities, especially in reducing infant and mother mortality rates and spread of waterborne diseases.
This comprehensive health center that we have seen in this place is a giant project, and it is a giant stride in the life of this administration through the Desopadec. We can see that women here will enjoy much of what they desire, and we looked around, we saw the equipment that are on ground already even before the commissioning, and we know that maternal mortality will reduce, even child mortality will also reduce, and we can see that building on this, in fact, this community will not, they will be very grateful to our governor that this kind of thing has been brought to this place.
On Thursday, 15th December 2022, the National Civil Society Coalition honored the Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of the Desopadec, Basharon Askelge, with an Award of Excellence to round off the Civil Society Day celebration in Asaba, the Delta State capital. According to the civil society groups, the award is in recognition of his exceptional and visionary leadership in advancing developmental causes of oil-bearing communities, his uncommon climate action advocacy and humanitarian responses to victims of flood crisis, and unwavering commitments at empowering countless numbers of young people. Before presenting the award, the chairman of the Kano State Chapter, Ibrahim Wire, and Executive Director, Sawaba Movement, Alhaji Billy Tafawa Balewa, applauded Askia for conforming to the demands of open government partnership and proactive disclosure.
This is actually one of the problems that we always have with the government organization, that the issue of openness, the issue of transparency, the issue of accountability. The best practices which has already been introduced for some years is through the practice of the OGF, that is Open Government Partnership, which Mr. Rex talked about, which we expect that an agency of a government should publish certain things they do, which we call it proactive disclosure. This is actually one of the processes. Mr. MD, if you don't really know about this, you are already on that train doing what is called for active disclosure as far as the practices of the good governance is concerned. Making things available, making things so open to all people to see before they even begin to think of acts and cautions. This is actually some of the things that I must really congratulate you on that.
While appreciating the board of the Desopadec for initiating peace development projects, a member of the National Civil Society Coalition from Kogi State, Timothy Afolabi, urged the Commission to embark on tree planting to make the head office complex eco-friendly.
On peace, we look at roads. In JC, we interviewed the people there, and they told us about the road. He told us that he had been in that community for a while, and when there is a crime happening at that inside JC, when the road was not constructed, that they will call on police, but police will not answer them because they are afraid of the road. But now, roads have been constructed, beautiful roads, and because of that, when they call police, quickly there is going to be a response. So it has reduced crime in that community. As we have commended you, please look into issues of climate change. Looking at the headquarters, for instance, there is no trees. There's not even a single tree in that place. Beautiful project. We saw the building that was just constructed. Like there was going to be a massive project again. So we want to suggest that you plant minimum of 4 trees in the secretariat.
Responding to the commendations, the MD, CEO of Desopadec, Bashiron Askilge, said he is motivated by the vision and commitments of Governor Ifeanyi Okowa in bringing prosperity to all Deltans. He also informed the group about the Vocational Skills Acquisition Program of the Commission, the Desopadec Skills Academy, and how it has succeeded in making the youths of host oil-bearing communities productive and happy.
We have another special purpose vehicle that we have used to touch the people in terms of human capital, not just project. We have the Desopadec Skill Academy that we have put in place that provide each stream with 6 months intensive training in different skills, and then we give them starter packs that are enough by our standard to make them start, and also provide that seed money with which they will rent their shops and start businesses, so that they don't need to go extra. So all I'm trying to say is that we are looking at the human capital development side of developing our people, and also the provision of the infrastructures.
It's on that note we conclude this day's edition of the Desopadec Weekly. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed every bit of it. We will do it again next week when we return with more interesting edition. Yes, until we come back, as we do it always, follow us on our social media handles for your questions and comments and contributions. Together, we will build a stronger Delta State. I am wishing you a Merry Christmas. On behalf of the entire crew, Joy Uche is my name. Enjoy yourselves.